Every second counts. The surface matters. Premier Equestrian features Pro-Tex footing product and Auto Sport base mats. Mats absorb up to 40% of the concussion. Pro-Tex provides maximum stability. Premier Equestrian is the official footing partner of Major League Show Jumping. Contact us about your arena at premierequestrian.com.
So, folks, again, exciting competition and many other exciting activities are a part of the Traverse City season, and we're glad that you're all with us to experience all of it here in 2021.
That's fine, because I lost the courses down anyway. How long have I got?
Well, folks, this competition underway or getting underway here shortly is one of many events that plays into the Captive One Rider bonus. Captive Advisors, of course, offering $30,000 in bonus money, and the prize will be awarded based on points accumulated in classes offering $25,000 or more throughout the summer. It'll be awarded following the American Gold Cup Grand Prix, and as you can see on the board, we have Katie Laurie leading the way, Carl Cook currently second, Tiffany Foster third, Daniel Blumen fourth, and Jonathan McCrae fifth. Now, the only major change we've had has come through events right here today, when fellow Irishman Cormac Hanley and Shane Sweetenham have moved into the top 6 ranks and have done so through their performance in these last few classes. So they are now in, and we'll see if they continue moving up as we get into our Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix here shortly. Thanks to Captive One for their sponsorship of the Rider Bonus. Captive Insurance is more than coverage, it's ownership. A captive insurance company is owned by you and provides coverage for your business-specific risks in instances where traditional insurance policies prove unavailable or unaffordable. Through prudent claims administration and sound investment policies, a captive insurance company protects your bottom line. Learn more about Captive One, a Traverse City Horse Show sponsor, at CaptiveOne.com. That's CaptiveOne.com. Of course, our show jumping Grand Prix will run under international guidelines here today, as most of our events do throughout the course of the season. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with the scoring, we'll go ahead and give you a brief overview through this explainer video.
Some places, Marina.
Yes.
Refusal or run out basically doesn't jump the fence they intend. That again incurs 4 faults. If a rider and horse have a second stop on course or a run out, unfortunately you will hear the bell go, and that will mean elimination. The aim of the game is very simply to finish with a 0 score. In the case of many of the classes like the Grand Prix that you're going to see today, it is about getting through the first round with a 0 score. But there's another factor. Time is the other factor that comes into play. A time allowed exists, and this is based on the distance of the horse and the speed you're supposed to ride at. So, say the time allowed is then calculated at 72 seconds. If they go over that time allowed, it's 1 time fault for every 4 seconds commenced on the clock. So, it's very simple. You have to jump all of the fences cleanly and stay inside the time. So how does it work after round 1? Well, very simply, all of those with a clear round go into the jump off. This is over a shortened course, using part of the track from round 1. So it might use fences 1, 3, 7, whichever way the course designer decides, but essentially it puts the emphasis on speed, and it's going to be a lot tighter turns in this one generally as well. The winner, well, very simply, the one that takes home the biggest share of the prize money, the one that lifts the trophy, is the quickest and highly likely to clear around that track.
So now that we've explained the scoring, maybe you want to learn about the specifics of this very course this week, and it's time for the NetJets flight plan. Stephen Wild down on the course with our course designer, Marina Azevedo, to fly us through this week's Grand Prix flight plan.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Brian. All set for takeoff and taking us through the flight plan of how they're going to tackle this course. Marina, great job on the courses here this week, but culminating in this 5-star Grand Prix here. A difficult one, a big one. It's nice to have a big 5-star in the middle of the season here in the United States.
It's always a challenge to build that 5 stars, and this is the first time that I'm here at this show. It's amazing. The ring, it's a little challenge too for the time allowed, and it's nice.
It's nice, and it's a big class, $230,000. Probably not that nice to be riding it, because it's going to be a tough test here. Let's talk about a few specifics. The triple combination at 7 through to 8. You're going down there to a fence with a skinny rail at 8. What are your thoughts on this? How's this going to play out?
Well, we have a scope triple combination, double oxer, and then we have 2 verticals. In between, we have a distance that they can do long 5 or short 6. So they have to decide about with the time allowed and also what horse they have. So it's a line that they have to think about.
You've left them plenty to think about as well. Let's talk about the final line here, 12 to 13. Just behind us is the Equiline fence, down to the NetJets fence at the last, which we're going to complete our landing on. Talk to me about that little curve into the last couple of fences.
Well, we have a big vertical, number 11, with -60, and we have a long distance with 3 rails just for the last fence with the Liverpool, and it's also a big one and very wild. So if the time it's short, they have to gallop for, so always a challenge.
Always a challenge. Time allowed of 77 seconds. You've obviously just walked the course, wheeled the course. But there's a couple of options there, as you were talking about to me, to make up time if they feel they might be struggling a little bit.
Well, they have 2 turns that they can go inside for number 6 and also for number 12, so they can go short.
They can go short there, they make that up, 77 seconds time allowed. And for you, what does it feel like? You get nervous, I guess, at this point.
Always my heart is beating before the Grand Prix start. Always number 1, 2, and 3, I was nervous.
Well, Marina, congratulations and good luck with everything coming up here. 13 fences on the course, time allowed of 77 seconds. It's going to be a tough one. I won't say you can sit back, because this is where it's the hard bit for you.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
Great job this week. Thank you, Marina. Well done to you. Give her a round of applause. She's done a great job building the courses here this week. Marina, fantastic job all the way through, from the very first of those in the Major League show jumping too. Wonderful. Well done. Brian, we've landed, and we're going to hand back to you.
All right, in a beautiful destination as well, and here we are again getting closer and closer to the start of our competition. As an official sponsor of the Traverse City Horse Shows, NetJets, the worldwide leader in private aviation, offers seamless travel options to athletes and attendees every year. NetJets is proud to be a Berkshire Hathaway company known for its unwavering commitment to safety, service, and unmatched global access. Visit netjets.com today. Of course, we have many different aspects of our competition. We've already talked to you about the Captive One Rider bonus, but we also enjoy offering a bit of a leg up and a helping hand to those in need. And Captive One is once again partnering with nonprofit Just World International throughout the Traverse City Horse Show to bring you the Captive One Clear the Jump for Just World competition. Each time a horse and rider clear the Just World and Captive One jump during the 6 weeks of the Traverse City Horse Show, Captive One will make a donation to Just World, a donation that supports books, school supplies, and teachers to help children access education and, in time, fracture the cycle of poverty. So we'll keep you apprised of that as we make our way through the day. At this point, we're going to tell you about who is overseeing the competition here this week. Of course, Michael Morrissey, Tom Blankenship, and Matt Morrissey are the management team. Our stewards on behalf of the International Governing Body of Equestrian Sport are including Gene Bonsall, Christina Gomez, our foreign steward, also Alana Featherstone, and Diane Landerville, and Donna Rocchetti. Lee York is our schooling supervisor, and our show stewards on behalf of USEF are Dana Frank and Peggy McEnroe. Courses, of course, as you just heard there, brought to us by Marina Azevedo, and our judging panel includes our president of the ground jury, Andrew Pollard, our foreign judge, Philip Rozam, and the panel members, Jose Pepe Gamara and Elena Kutne as well. So we're going to be watching horses and riders compete over the course that we just heard Stephen and Marina discuss there, starting at fence number 1, finishing at fence number 13. And our first round time allowed is 77 seconds. So that will be the first round time allowed. We'll see everyone in that first round, and those who are tied for first would be asked to come back for the jump-off round. Again, the scoring, 4 faults for a knockdown, 4 faults for a first refusal, a second refusal results in a score of elimination, and if they go over the time allowed, it's 1 fault for each commenced second over that time. So 34 starters here. They join us from the USA, Ireland, Canada, Colombia, Mexico as well. So a truly international cast who will be competing for the biggest share of our $230,000 in prize money here in our Major League individual main event. Of course, we had a great team event here last night, but now it's time for riders to compete on their own behalves in a chase for another big check here today. So as we mentioned, folks, while the course walk is wrapping up and we're getting closer and closer to start time, we, again, are going for big prize money, Captive One rider bonus points, and as well, Captive One offering us that Just World and Captive One Clear for a Cause jump during our 6 weeks of this circuit. Well, start time is almost here, ladies and gentlemen, but it is, of course, our custom to honor the host country at any of our main events here during each session at the Great Lakes Equestrian Festival. And as we prepare to see our top entry coming down for our Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix, we're going to ask all of you to please rise and remove cover as we'll honor, of course, the host country, the United States of America, with our national anthem. right, folks, it is showtime. Riders up. In fact, the first rider is up and coming through the arch right now. So our Grand Prix main event is about to commence. Brian Goutal-Marteau.
Well, we're back, and
of
we are in for the afternoon, settling in for the $230,000 Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix here. 34 to go in the first round of the traditional format of competitions here for the Grand Prix. Big 5-star week, very first time a 5-star takes place here in Traverse City, and we're actually doing 2 weeks back-to-back, both of 5-star. Next week again will feature the Major League Show Jumping, and of course the team event on the Saturday once again as well. Sunday we'll see similar with the 5-star Grand Prix. We brought you some exciting classes so far. Winning round was a nail-biter all the way to the end, and also, of course, a little bit earlier on, a very close battle for the 2-star NetJets Grand Prix as well. And so we're serving up a Sunday feast for you with Brian Goutal starting us off with the first of 34 to go in this 5-star Grand Prix here this afternoon. Brian Goutal-Marteau of Palm Beach with Viva Colombia, a combination that have been together for quite some time now, including finishing podiums several times in World Cup qualifiers. This mare by Couleur Rubin, the rider who's won major Grand Prix from the Gold Cup through to the Hampton Classic. Alongside me is Michael Morrissey Jr., Grand Prix rider himself, and he's been having a look at our first few fences as she takes on the triple bar. Michael, it's exactly what it is. It's a 5-star, plenty to get the teeth into.
It's a big 5-star as well. We have, 3 meter 60 verticals, quite a few oxers over 150, 155. Brian's starting off with a good start so far as she heads to fence number 6. It's a meter 60 plank on the end of the ring. Heading to the triple combination, it's a big oxer 2-stride. She has A element down. B to C is a 1-stride vertical, very steady 6. To fence number 8, white rail skinny. Head around to the Meyer oxer. 4 strides. This is a wide 6. We may see some 5s. Brianna electing to take the inside track, fence number 12, meter 60 vertical. She does the 7 to the last jump. It's a meter 55 square, oxer 170 wide.
Finishing on the 4 there, 74.72. Time allowed of 77 seconds around this track, designed by Marina Azevedo of Brazil, our course designer all this week. Overall first impression, Michael?
Overall first impression is Brianna did a very good job there. Just the 1 rail down at A of the triple combination, 7A. Horse jumped very well. Brianna rode great. Time allowed. She was well within. She did the inside turn to fence 12. Might be something that most riders will have to do to stay within that time allowed today.
Talking to Marina just before this class, she said, the time is going to be definitely a factor in this.
And Brianna's a very quick rider. She didn't seem like she was hustling, but she was very tight with all the turns.
Gavin Harley now of Ireland, the E2 show jumpers, very chic Dutilla, the San Francais gelding by De Montesemi. Gavin down in Wellington, Florida, riding for Skylar Riley, who actually rode this horse previously. He's, of course, part of her stable, and the combination they've been together for a couple of seasons now. First 5-star together as well, so this is a nice step up for them, but they've been building up to this over the last few weeks.
Yep. You start out, fence number 1 is a vertical, just whirled jump, 115 height. For most riders, it's 8 strides, a little bit on the outside to a big oxer. Some will do 7. Then you go to the triple bar. You just saw Gavin jump that line, 6 strides to the double vertical oxer. He heads to fence 5. Horse is jumping very well. Jumped great over that meter 60 Turtle Creek Hotel and Casino vertical. Clear through the triple combination. Very short 6 to the skinny. This is a little bit of a flat 4 to the vertical. Most riders afterwards will do the 6. 6 on the outside. Horse is jumping very good. He does the inside turn here. Equiline verticals, meter 60. Has that down. And then he does the 7 as well. Rubs it, leaves it up though.
Pushes down to the last to get there on the 474.44 there for Gavin Harley and Very Chic du Delar, just having that equiline fence. And it is a tall vertical there at 12, I can tell you that. 1.60 m there, and some of them don't look it. That looks every bit of it.
It looks every bit of it. That jump has been a difficult jump to jump all week. It's been light. Those rails come down easy. Horses and riders are taking this turn inside the Major League Island to get there. That's going to be a difficult jump on that inside turn to jump clear all day.
And, well, with 2 gone so far, both of those on the 4, we go on to Caitlin Campbell, the rider from California. The HD horse's dandy. She started her career out on the East Coast on a 10-year-old here by Douglas. Caitlin, who actually hasn't been riding this horse for too long, in fact. It's been this year. Jumped in the 4 stars in Thermal in California as well. She's got a good career behind her, though, of very good top-class performances, including back with Rocky W as well. But now with a super string of horses around her for the next generation of superstars. Time-wise, they're making that time, Michael, but they are having to push for it.
Yeah, we both first and second horse in the ring were very neat, tidy, did the inside turn to fence 12. Fast-moving horses. Horse lands shallow there after the triple bar. Caitlin decided to do 7 to that double.
Plank at 6, delicate little fence just back on the turn.
Very scopy 2-stride in the first part of the triple. She'll want to be thinking about time allowed.
I was going to say, she's clearing the fences, but she's steady.
She was a little wide from 2 to 3 over to the triple bar. She did the add in that line. She does 5 across the middle. Most will do 4 there.
Yeah. She's not going to make the time, I can tell you that. But, as we said, first 5-star this week for them.
An 8 to the last jump, leaves it up.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Doesn't touch a fence, 85 at 16, but it is going to be time to add in there as well. Unfortunately, time faults there for Caitlin Campbell and Dandy. But again, as a first effort for a new pairing that really have only done about 3 or 4 international shows together, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, that's a super round. I think that's going to end up with a nice ribbon at the end of the day.
So Caitlin Campbell finishing on the time faults as we go on to Peter Leo now. Experienced US rider, including being part of the team that won Olympic silver back in '96. American Gold Cup winner, wins in Wellington this season as well on this horse, Donna, by Thunder van der Zoethoven. Peter from the horse owned by his home base, the Lion Share Farm of Bedford, New York. And now the experienced head to see what he's worked out how to tackle this. Also here as part of the Major League show jumping as well, Peter Leone on the Crusaders team.
See, Peter took the inside track and did 7 strides from 1 to 2. First rider to do that so far. Very neat over to the triple bar, not wasting any time. Got the 6 done steadying. A lot of scope coming out of that combination, the dolman in and out. Does the inside turn, but does not rush the plank at all. That was very well done.
To 155 verticals there.
That 6 was very steady for Peter. He got it done. He's asking his horse to open up a little bit to the Meyer Oxer. Does the 4. 6 strides well done. He's going around to fence number 12, the equiline vertical, 1.60 m in height.
And that's going to go.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, shame. Finishes on the 4 there, 75-63. The equiline fence there going for Peach Leone and Donna, so takes them to a total of 4. That turn back there as well, is if you're just trying to make up any time, that big vertical gets even bigger.
You know, and he even went around trying to be a little extra careful, still had that
Yeah.
jump down. I think we're going to see that at the end of the course. It's a big, airy meter 60 vertical. We're going to see that come down a few more times today.
So Peach Leone also just going out there on the 4. Lacey Gilbertson now of Lake Forest, Illinois. The Seabrook LLC's Viti de Longa, the mare by Contendro for Lacey. Long time being a part of the training of Shane Sweetnam as well. Of course, we'll see him a little bit later on. This horse that back in 2019 was being ridden by Amy Graham of Australia. And have competed up to 4-star level. And this is their first time moving up to 5-star as well.
Lacey doing the 8 from 1 to 2. Gets up the 6, big squeeze out.
Gets nicely away from the plank.
Yeah, excellent ride into the triple combination. Little rub at C, stays up, steadies for the 6. You'll see most riders riding forward away from fence number 8 after that slow 6. Got to open it back up to jump the Meyer Oxer. Then it's this 4 stride across the middle. Unfortunately, it caught Lacey there. She's coming to our last 2 jumps on 4 faults.
Oh, and unfortunately the brakes go on coming into the equiline fence as well.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Lacey was working on a really nice round. Just had the one down up to that point.
And didn't look too much wrong with that one, but
Looked to me, she was, you know, she was being a bit careful. Maybe had a little bit of space. The horse said no. Circle around, see if she can finish the course now.
no, just unfortunately stop at the last as well. So what was a promising round, unfortunately didn't finish as well as it was going part way through the course, but unfortunately elimination there on those last 2 fences. Otherwise, up to that point, we'll take the positive pieces out of it. It was good going.
It was good riding up until that point. Great round. Horse was jumping great. That's too bad. Just you know, a little tendency at the end. Maybe nerves get to you, but certainly Lacey's a great rider. It's a great match. She'll come back strong again.
Sean Cassidy then and Captain Jack. And Sean riding this horse owned by the Podin Farms of Wellington, also with their bases in the UK as well. This gelding by Der Senat for Sean, who's also been having a very good run down in Thermal this year. Several wins down there through to 3-star level. Also competed this horse right the way through to 4-star level as well. And it's been a former ride of Emily Moffat and Ben Mayer and Cameron Hanley, as all of those riders part of the Podin Farms. And it's a tough start.
Tough start. First jump coming down for Sean. Only benefit to that is, you know, you have 4 faults. You can try and be quick, try and finish with a fast 4-fault round. Unfortunately, he's got 8 coming into this combination, and horse got a little bit stuttered there. Sean elected to pull out. I think he's going to call it a day.
Yep, deciding to end that one a little bit early, I'm afraid, with the first fence down for a start. Sean Cassidy and Captain Jack. So he heads on out. Best of scores at the moment, those 3 time from Caitlin Campbell and Dandy, but quite a way to go in this class yet, in this 5-star. And again, in fact, looks like Sean's just going to come back and continue. How far he continues, we'll wait and see. Well, looked like he was going to go for an early end, but I think he is now, yes. So Sean Cassidy does retire on Captain Jack. We just preempted. I think just jumping a couple more fences there. As I say, Caitlin Campbell, the best of those scores at the moment with Dandy. Long way to go though, and a strong second half. This, of course, the draws, the way these are done into a 5-star as well. Stronger group coming into our second half, and we could well see a few clears out of this first group too. Some very nice combinations coming up, including Kelly Slow-Miller and the Bridgebrook Arms' Casherel. The mare by Vingino for Kelly, and for her already. This another one stepping up into 5-star level this season. Featured well recently in Lexington. The shows there as part of the Split Rock Tour, and have jumped at 5-star level before now up at Calgary at Spruce Meadows.
Yeah, Kelly and this horse have been longtime partners, knows this horse very well, very big stride. Unfortunately, just getting caught up there at fence number 2, having the back rail.
Yeah, 150, 155 Oxer there at the Sunflowers.
That second jump is a big Oxer to see right off the bat. 1.50 m square, 155 wide. Fence number 6 coming down, the Turtle Creek Casino plank. That's 1.60 m in height.
And just stuttering a little bit on the way in there, but Kelly kept up enough momentum in there to make that line happen. Unfortunately, the last one out.
Yep. Steady 6, got a bit slow for her. Horse had Skinny down behind. As she heads to the Meyer Oxer, it's 4 strides.
Ooh, sit tight.
4 is quite flat. Didn't quite get down there, ended up doing the 5. Kelly did a good job staying in the saddle on the landing and electing to call it a day.
Yep, and decides to call an early end to that round as well for Kelly Somira and Casherel. I think just going to go and pop the first fence.
So 3 in a row really having trouble with this 5-star course.
Exactly. But it's 5-star, it's exactly that. It's some of the toughest that you're going to jump around, so... And certainly the toughest of the week here for this $230,000 Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix here this afternoon for the first of 2 5-stars here in Traverse City. Kyle King riding for Spruce Meadows, and for the Southern family it is the combination that's our coffee to go. Spruce Meadows, of course, up in Calgary, Alberta, and the gelding by Chiquento is going to be for Kyle, who's already put wins together in Thermal this year. Coffee to Go being a winner there back in the 3-star competitions, and last season, of course, mainly featuring in Canada to what season they were able to take on.
Big horse, big stride.
Yep.
He's going to have to think about places to make up the time. I wouldn't be surprised if he does 7 up the first line. Nope, he's doing the wide 8. Galloping over for the time, getting right over to the captive 1 triple bar. Stays on the inside turn, just inside the Major League Show Jumping Island, clears the plank. Good forward ride into the triple combination. He's going to have to really study for the 6 here. Gets it done.
Roll back past the entrance to this Maya line.
Clear with 2 to go.
And this has been the tough one for several of them already, and he leaves it up. Time he should be good, 77 seconds time allowed. Excellent. And he's going to get there, 73.55, good clear there for Kyle King, and Coffee to Go. We'll see whether it's Trophy to Go later on. And Kyle is our first to make it through to the jump off. Spruce Meadows, Coffee to Go, Kyle King, clear round number 1 in this Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix here this afternoon. So 1 on the board.
1 on the board. Kyle gave that an excellent ride. Really thought about time allowed, did the right strides everywhere he needed to do it, placed his horse correctly. It was excellent around the C. Broke the streak of not so great rounds that we were seeing, and got our first clear round today.
And you feel that sort of gives everyone else a little bit of a lift, don't you? It's yeah, okay, we can get this.
It's definitely possible.
It's definitely possible. Nicolette Hurt and the Iron Horse Equestrians at Chateau 7, combination that have competed through to 4-star level, including in the Nations Cup Grand Prix in Wellington this year. Nicolette's from California also. And again, for her being competing in some of the U25 classes this year as well. This is a good experience for her. I think, again, one of her first 5-star Grand Prix to go into.
Heading around to our Meyer Oxer. Flat 4, she's getting up to the vertical, clear so far. Two jumps to go. Time allowed, she might have to be thinking about it a little bit. Good effort at 12. Excellent round.
So just finishing on the 1 there.
Excellent round.
So just finishing on the 1 there for Nicolette Hurt and Chateau 7. So second best score so far, of course, with Coffee to go and Kyle King with the clear. Alison Robitaille now. This is Lima 47, the stallion by Lucky Boy for Alison, who went very well here last year and 2 in Traverse City, with also, of course, the lovely Ginger Pop. Now,
this is an exciting horse for Alison. Looks very nice. Like the balance, like the technique. Probably their first 5-star together.
Yeah, was second in the 4-star at Upperville just 2 weeks ago in the Grand Prix there, behind Jordan Coyle.
I believe Marina, the course designer,
Yeah.
designed Upperville as well.
There
so
you go.
Maybe that can carry over for Alison's favor today.
Also, it's been with Alison for a little while through last year. Former ride of Jana Friederike Meyer of Germany. Just had to put a bit of pressure on there.
Got a little stalled up there at B and had the back rail down. See Alison doing the inside turn, trying to be a fast 4 faulter. Horse does a very good job over the equiline jump. She's hustling in 7.
She is.
Great job. Recognizing she has 4 faults and trying to be a fast 4 faulter there at the end of the course.
Putting her on just the 4 there for Alison Robitaille. Of course, was on a home ground last week in Upperville. Lima 47, 2 weeks ago. And she will just finish on the 4, as you say, a chance to be a fast faulter. And 4th best at the moment. So still a chance of being in the money here. And we will move on to Erin Davis Heineken of Fort Worth, Texas. October Hill Sales at Leone. Horse that she rode to a Grand Prix win on a Saturday night in Wellington back in 2020. Finished top 10 just last week in the Grand Prix here in Traverse City. Was second in the Grand Prix down in Thermal as well. And should be just coming to their back to form here.
Yeah, this is a wonderful horse. Erin has a great partnership with this horse.
That just drops.
Late late drop there at the back rail of the triple bar.
Michael, that line, we've seen it ridden a few different ways now. What's your thinking of how you would tackle it?
Well, a lot people are trying to save time getting over to the triple bar. Sometimes they're getting stalled up there. What you want to do is you really want to get a nice forward triple bar there so that's carrying you into the 6 strides. 6 rides a little bit flat, but you don't want to be rushing your horse at the double there. So ideally you'd like to find a forward triple bar so that you're not coming into that combination with too much pace. You see Aaron gave the triple combination, great ride, the steady 6. Still just holding on to the 4 faults that she had at the triple bar. Does the inside turn to the equiline. Unfortunately, that coming down.
That's a shame. Just going to be on the 4 there. 77.30, so it would have been over the time as well. And, well, Erin Davis-Heineken couple there, and Timeful takes it to 9 in total for Erin and Leonie. Again, different ways to tackle that equiline fence. We've seen them go on the outside, try to give themselves some room, and it's come down. We've seen them cut in, and it's gone down.
Yeah, that jump does not take much of a rub. It's very light rails. It's very airy. Black solid rails. There's a small plank at the bottom. Sometimes that can catch the horse's attention.
Amy Miller now, the Canadian rider with Truman. Amy, who's been a top rider for Canada for a while, actually rode at the last Olympic Games with the Heroes, of course, was top 10 also in the Upperville Grand Prix with this ride in the last few weeks. Similar position in the 3-star Grand Prix in Lexington as well.
Amy doing the 8 strides from 1 to 2. Rides that 6 very well into the double.
Ooh. Oops. And unfortunately takes a tumble. The jacket goes off, which is where the noise comes from. And Truman just trotting off for home, but just going to catch up with the groom at the gate. Amy all okay, just landed in the flowers. Just coming in there for the tight turn, and it just didn't come off, I'm afraid.
Yeah, she took that inside turn. I don't think the distance was also bad. I think she just came at a little bit of an angle, surprised the horse, ducked out last minute, and unfortunately Amy came off.
Well, let's reflect on those so far. Kyle King with the clear at the moment. Amy up and about, I can tell you. Truman is just having a little stretch down by the entrance at the moment. So just a moment or two's hold. Kyle King and coffee to go. Let's just reflect on that round, Michael, what you made of it.
Yeah, I thought Kyle's clear round was excellent. His time, one of the fastest times too. He was really thinking about that all the way around. It didn't look rushed, but he stayed on the inside track. He did all the leave out strides other than the first line. Just really well executed round.
Well, all reunited, all fine, and I can assure you of that. I know you're just taking a look at the flag if you're watching at home, but there, walking under the arch, is going to be our next Nick Delajoyo and the Rocking D Ranch of Phoenix, Arizona's Opium du Soufflet for Nick. Pairing that were top 5 in the Grand Prix a few weeks ago in Lexington as well. And actually a horse that came from Yuri Mansour back in 2018 was of course ridden by the owner Ken Dickey on several occasions as well, but Opium du Soufflet has been with Nick through this year.
Ken Dickey normally shows this horse, it's his amateur horse to jump big classes on. Nick's getting the opportunity to jump some bigger classes on it.
Yeah, jumped a couple of 4-stars this year, including the Nations Cup, and later on to what we would refer to as Week 12 in Wellington.
Yes.
Or simply the end of the season. Now, Nick Delajoyo.
See, Nick does the 7 from 1 to 2, slowing down. This horse has a massive stride. See, slowing down, steadying in the 6 the whole way. That walks a little bit of an open 6.
Yeah.
So one of the hard parts for Nick on this horse is going to be steadying that 6 to the white vertical at fence number 8 after the triple bar. Horse with this kind of side. Oh, unfortunately having the plank down at fence number 6. Good job steadying for the 6 there. First rider we see do 5, and he goes inside for the time allowed. Clears the equiline. 7 coming home. Should have a nice time.
Last fence is going to go with it as well. 73.40, as you say. Time was going to be pretty good. But on a total of 8 there, goes into 8th place so far for Nick de la Joya and Opium du Soufflet. First 5-star for them as well. Overall, I mean, it's a big jumping horse. And it's
good effort. Good effort. Nick had that early rail at fence number 6. You could see he was trying to be a fast 4-faulter there at the end. He did 5 to the oxer there to number 11, then went inside to the equiline, and then 7 coming home, and just didn't work out for him at the last jump.
Katie Dynan and Katie with Brego R&B for the Grant Road Partners of New York, pairing that together was 6th in the American Gold Cup last year, and for her 2nd in the recent Grand Prix up at Old Salem as well. One that could certainly produce the goods here this afternoon. Lovely combination for riders who won Grand Prix, including the National Horse Show Grand Prix with Nougat de Valais.
And this horse jumped a beautiful round on Friday. Katie trying to be our 2nd clear round to secure a jump off today. So far we just have Kyle King clear.
This horse just has such lovely adjustability, doesn't it? Just
does. Very adjustable horse. Has a big stride, but able to be adjustable and do the short distances as well. So he opens up for the 4. Does the 6 afterwards. Unfortunately, fence number 10 coming down the 1.60 m vertical there across the 4 stride. She does the inside to the equiline jump with 1 to go. Does that forward 7 and leaves it up.
Well, there we go, leaving them on just 1 time fault as well, 77.18. So a total of 5 overall for Katie Dunn and Brego R&B. The time just still being a little bit of a pressure factor there for them as well. So 5 overall, but again, just clipping the tribe fence there.
Time is definitely a factor and something that all riders have to think about today. I think it's a very good course. It's very difficult. You see that triple combination across the middle. It's a scopy 2-stride 1, and it's a very short 6. A lot of riders are having problems after that short 6 to really get their horses out in front of them for the next flat 4. See, that maybe is what caught Katie a little bit. It's caught a few of our riders. That equiline jump at the end of the course has been very difficult. The 1.60 m plank, fence number 6, has also been very difficult today.
Well, a rider who certainly can be classed as 5-star is Lauren Huff now, riding a horse owned by Kathleen Kamine of Aldwick, New Jersey, Paloma. And Lauren, who rode on the Olympic team back in 2000, but has won Grand Prix all around the world, from Germany through to here in the USA on many an occasion too. And with this horse that is now, 15 years of age, the mare by Canalet OS for Lauren Huff.
You mentioned those 2000 Olympics. Do you remember the horse?
Classico.
Classico, that's right.
Now, she came into there with quite a bit of pace.
She did, and her horse backed up and was able to get across B well. This horse has a lot of blood. Careful horse. Lauren does a very good job of finessing it around. Oh. Fortunately, having B of the triple combination down. And fence number 8, the skinny white railed vertical. It's 1.55 m in height. So sitting on 8 faults with 2 jumps to go.
Also want to add the equiline fence to the list. I mean, it's going to be 12 overall, 74-66, 12 there for Lauren Huff and Paloma this time. Still a reminder, just the 1 clear to date with Kyle King and coffee to go. Another experienced rider who's ridden on multiple Nations Cups for the USA before now is Skylar Riley, also regular at 5-star level. Catherine Gallagher's Robin Dupont-Thual for the 3-time World Cup finalist as well. Robin Dupont-Thual now the gelding by Elf D'Or, 16 years of age. Superb horse that's won through to World Cup qualifiers as well. Went very well with previous rider Peter Lutz too, and then in the very capable hands of Skylar Riley.
Yeah, this horse is in good form. 16 years old, but still jumping like a young horse. Jumped great here for a 2nd place finish on Friday.
Now we'll see with another rider who's put their name on that trophy, the American Gold Cup. That of course takes place here in September.
This is a very elastic horse, huge stride, but able to do the ads where needed, able to leave them out if needed. See, the 6th stride was very short for this horse, jumped beautiful out of the combination. Clear heading to the triple combination. Jumped it great.
Now steady.
Yeah, that 6 got very short for Robin. Squeaked over it. See Skylar picking up the pace to the Meyer Oxer. Oh, unfortunately a rail down there. Fence number 10. We've seen that 1.60 vertical fall a few times today. Well, 7 coming home.
Yeah, another one that's going to come home on the 4 times. Okay, at 73.92, handles that well. But unfortunately, 1 fence down also, the vertical after the Meyer fence. And that is certainly not the first time that's come down now as well. Again, little treat. She always goes through that routine.
He did jump very well, deserved the treat there, for sure.
And now from California, it is Natalie Dean, Palo Alto, California to be exact. Marigold Sport Horses, Chance Saint-Emel. And the mare by Calvaro. I mean, I could look up this horse's history, but I can just look across to you because you rode them.
Yeah, wonderful horse. Had this horse as a 7-year-old. Natalie bought it last year with trainer Elon Furter, helping find the horse for her. I just love this mare. Super horse. Jumped some 5 stars with me at Spruce Meadows in Wellington, Florida. I believe this is Natalie's first 5-star with the mare. Yeah, great through that combination. This mare's very careful, has a lot of blood. Natalie gets along with her great. Oh, jumps super through the triple. Steady 6, very elastic. Up over the Meyer Oxer. Does 4 great. Slow 6. Come on, Chance.
You're getting nervous sitting next to me now. Cuts up to the vertical.
1 more to go.
Time's good. Looks very good.
On,
Final fence. There we go.
Wow,
74.88. And a very happy Natalie Dean, and an even more delighted alongside me, Michael Morrissey, watching that.
Super to see. I'm so happy for Natalie and Chance. That was a great round. Natalie rode it great. Chance jumped great. I think it was rub-free around the entire course. Super happy for them.
Yeah, lovely combination coming together, gives us the second clear of this $230,000 Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix here this afternoon. Kyle King, now Natalie Dean, and the two so far out of the 17 gone as we get towards, well, about the halfway stage of the, well, smack on for the 34 in total in the first round of this class. John Perez, Daniel Rihan's Desperado DN. Rihan family are also involved with the Atomi venue that will be one of those venues in Mexico on the Major League Show Jumping Tour later on into the year, heading there at the end of October, I think it is. And John, who rides for Colombia, early part of his career spent in Monterrey at the venue there as well in Mexico. And produced a nice clear earlier on as well into the winning round class. Just unfortunately not quite making it through to the second round, but good round there. And for this combination that have also been placed in Grand Prix in Mexico this season, including down in Monterrey.
Unfortunately, a element of the Dahlman double coming down. Fence number 4A. The meter 60 plank at fence number 6 also coming down, sitting on 8 faults coming into the triple combination for John. Little toe on the back row B has that rail down. So he's sitting on 12 faults as he heads to fence number 9.
Just pulling up in front of that last fence. Score had been up to 16. He raises the hand and decides to retire before the last there, John Perez. And Desperado DN doesn't just quite come together today. Two clears at the moment with Kyle King and Natalie Dean at this point. Progressing well through his $230,000 Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix. Georgina Bloomberg now, Gotham Enterprises Tulare Coal Mine. And the Australian bred horse by Coleman has been with her for a little while now. In fact, they finished well recently in Old Salem. Georgina, who's a Pan Am medalist, she's won Grand Prix down in Wellington in Florida as well. Also big classes. I mentioned Old Salem has won there, again near home ground for her, and also been on winning teams for the Global Champions League. That was in Valkenswaard a couple of seasons ago as well. So with all the credentials and with now the 11-year-old Tulare Coal Mine for the rider from New York.
Very big stride on this little horse, has its own unique style, way of going. Georgina does a very good job letting the horse jump its own way. Horse like this, very careful, spends a lot of time up in the air and has a very big stride. She's going to have to think about time allowed in some places. Oh,
big leap over the planks. Yeah. Now again, this is keeping enough momentum here through these two oxers. Does it well, then gets themselves back for the skinny.
Clear as we head over to fence number 9, the Meyer Oxer.
Ooh, little touch there, still okay. Now again, bit of drive on here.
Georgina's giving this horse a great ride. Yeah. 2 jumps to go.
Just leaves them 1 left to go. Time should be just close, but hopefully okay. Oh, 77.49, 1 time for Georgina Bloomberg and Tulare Coal Mine. But she gave that a terrific ride, didn't she?
She really did. That horse has its own unique style, but such a huge stride. She's having to contain that stride a bit. And so it's hard with a horse like that to be under the time allowed because you're always trying to check the stride. But she gave that a good run, was so close to having a clear round.
Well, just finishing on the 1 time then for Georgina Bloomberg and to Laura Colmine. It is on to Andrew Burns now. Two-star Grand Prix winner down in Wellington earlier on this year, but a rider who's capable of jumping at any star with a super set of star horses as well, including this 10-year-old by Chaco Blue, C-Top Blue for Andrew Burns. Andrew of Ireland, but based in Wellington, Florida. Also on the winning team last night as part of the Lucky Charms.
Yeah, Andrew's been having a good time up here. Rode very well last night in the team competition.
Little cut inside, back to the planks. Doesn't pay off.
Doesn't. He had a little bit of he did that inside turn. Horse, I thought he was pretty square there, and unfortunately horse just jumped a little bit through the plank. Made a little bit of a bid there at fence number 8. Andrew was able to hold him off.
Just coming on the inside line, then back to this 160 equiline vertical. Tackles that easily enough, and just a little clip at the last as well. So leaving an overall score, a little bit of time to add in there as well, and again moving into one of their first 5 stars rather as well. 9.77.37 there for Andrew Burns and C-Top Blue. Daniel Rieha, Colour van Beckenbroek for the young Mexican rider. The mare by Couleur Rubin. Daniel also part of the teams for the Major League Show Jumping on the Tomy Warriors. Because they have their own stage of the Major League Jumping later on into the year. They're going to be the stage of the stage towards the end of October, one of 2 steps on the tour in Mexico. Daniel also doing one of his first 5 stars here in the United States.
It's proven to be a very difficult 5-star class today.
Yeah.
Technical, big, long course. Great job down the outside line for Daniel on this horse. Does the inside turn to the plank here. It has cost a few riders today, but his horse jumped great over that jump. Little stretch at A. Beautiful through the triple. That 6 is so steady. Surprised we haven't seen anyone try 5 yet on a big mover. Catches some Meyer Oxer nice and forward. Unfortunately, having that rail down in the 4. Fence number 10, the meter 60 vertical. Does the forward 7, pays off there at the last.
Just finishing on the 4.74.82 for Daniel Rieha of Mexico, Couleur van Beckenbroek. 4 faults, putting him into, 10th place at the moment. And for Daniel, not a bad finish at all, finishing on just the 4 faults there. That would like to have been up there with our 2 clears to date, Natalie Dean and Kyle King. Coming up to our 22nd of the 34 to get the first round of this Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix here this afternoon. 5-star, $230,000. Catherine Tyree now, hailing originally from Chicago, bases down in Wellington, Florida. Buckeye by Up to Date for Kat, who in the recent weeks was top 3 in the Grand Prix in Lexington. She's won a host of classes before now, including in Washington and here in Traverse City last year as well.
Cat's a great rider, knows this horse really well. They've been partners for a while. 15-year-old Bokai. Oh, unfortunately, not sure what happened there. Just didn't jump the back row of that triple bar well. Able to put it back together, jump the Dahlman combination. See if she can put together a fast 4-fault round, stay in the ribbons. Our fast 4-fault right now would put her in 6th place. Unfortunately, C of the triple coming down as well, so sitting on 8 faults as she heads to fence number 9. Electing to go around the Major League Island as she heads to fence number 12, the meter 60 vertical, equiline vertical. That does come down as well.
Yeah, it's 12 in total, 75.88 inside the time, but a quick run down the last line just cost them a fence on the way as well at fence 12 at the equiline fence for Catherine Tyree Bokai, finishing on 12 overall. 2 clears at the moment. Strong group coming up in the final run here of this 5-star Grand Prix here this afternoon, including Nicolas Pizarro of Mexico, Oak Grove's Enkidu, this stallion by Ensor Pleville for Nick, and again a horse that he's ridden up to 4-star level. That was earlier this year, back in April. Top 5 in the Grand Prix there, that was in Monterey, and former ride of Simon Nisri, who's also ridden this horse up to 4-star level before, Nick taking over the ride. Highly capable rider who rode at the Olympics in 2012. And just quietly working his way to the first.
Comes off a short approach off the left lead. Does the 8 strides from 1 to 2. We've seen a couple 7s there. Great effort over the B element of our Dahlman double. Goes just inside to fence 6, this meter 60 plank. The Turtle Creek Hotel and Casino jump.
A little touch there on the way, and he ups the power trying to get on the way out.
Yep, exactly. Having A and C down in the triple combination, unfortunately.
Well, and Nick just, yeah, sensibly just riding past there. Just getting a bit stronger and calming things down. He gives a nod, so we're deciding to retire there for Nick Pizarro and Enkidu. As we said, first time that horse has moved up to 5-star level. Has been very good at 4-star so far. Not quite to be today, though, so deciding to retire for Mexico's Nick Pizarro. 2 clears so far. Hot combination right now is Calcian W, the US rider Alex Granato from Lexington, Kentucky. The horse owned by the Bright Lights Group. Brilliant win for them earlier on this week. We're in fine form there. Won a Grand Prix here last year in Traverse City as well. They've won World Cup qualifiers before now, 5-star level. They were top 3. They were on the podium last year in February in Wellington. Of course, a curtailed season since then in various different ways, but they still won Grand Prix here at Traverse City last year. I don't think there was other than Wellington, there wasn't a 5-star after that in the United States anyway last season. So we're back into the thick of it, I'm glad to say.
Yeah, exciting. We have back-to-back 5-stars here, 3 in total in Traverse City. Action-packed summer here, and Alex Granato here, like you said, coming in very hot, won the Friday qualifier. Horse looks to be in great form. Has to be one of the favorites coming into this class. Yeah,
13-year-old horse now, and just loves to, I know it sounds obvious, but run and jump, they always just go on a faster pace, don't they?
Yeah, this is one horse that really does thrive on that faster pace, has a lot of blood, jumps well out of it.
part of the team that won bronze at the Pan Am Games back in 2019. Holds up for the little skinny.
It's a super trier, this horse. Very, very competitive. Alex knows the ins and outs, has been riding it for quite some time now. She likes to go around the Major League show jumping jump.
But again, with their pace, they can afford to.
Absolutely. Does the 8, little extra squeeze, great round.
Yeah, super round and deserving a round of applause. It is Alex Granato, Calcium W, that not unsurprisingly gives us the third clear round of this 5-star Grand Prix here this afternoon. Very hard to bet against those two.
Yeah, he's sitting in the driver's seat as well. He will be last of the 3 so far to go in the jump off. But still quite a few good ones coming up.
Yep, Kyle King, Natalie Dean, and now Alex Granato, as you say. Some very good combinations coming down towards the end. We've got Upperville winners, Jordan Coyle, Margie Engel, of course, twice winner of Grand Prix here last year. Erin Ballard, Paul O'Shea, twice winner of Grand Prix here in the last 3 weeks. Carl Cook as well, Kristen van der Veen, and that's just to name a few, including this man, Shane Sweetnam. Shane with Ideal, good win for him in the last few weeks here as well with this 9-year-old combination by Cardense for the Sweet Oak Farm. Shane, who takes a break from Traverse City after this week because he is reserved for the Irish team, part of their squad of 4, the travelling reserve heading out to Tokyo as well.
Just a 9-year-old, this horse, jumping 5-star, probably its first 5-star.
Yep. Shane there, you see the control he had to just quickly take the pace off and make the turn.
Kind of like the last horse we saw, Alex Granal, a lot of blood, unfortunately having a bit of trouble in the triple combination there. Oxer, Oxer vertical, 2-stride, 1-stride, having both the A and B back bar of the Oxers. Does the 7 to the last, clears it, finishes with 8 faults.
Well, there we go, finishing on the 8 there for Shane Sweetnam, and Ideal step up for the 9-year-old into the 5-star competition, 76.66 inside the time, and unfortunately Shane Sweetnam Violent not to be a part of the jump-off. 3 of them are, though, so far, the most recent, of course, being Alex Granato, Calcium W. Mexico, and Arturo Paredes Vallejo from Guadalajara, and this is Coachella 4, and the mare by Christian 25 finished top 5 with Wisconsin in Lexington recently, and the split rock jumping shows there, won a couple of classes there too, and also has been winning down in Mexico. But then a step up for this combination. They competed, well, he competed earlier into the year at 4-star level down in Monterey.
We saw this combination finish in 4th, double clear earlier in the week. Had an excellent round, jumped great both rounds.
Big jump over the Great Lakes Equestrian Festival fence and gets a nice turn back to the planks. Lent on the rail on the way out in the middle part of the triple combination.
Yeah, super in the 6. Clear heading into the final half of the course. Got a big gallop to the Meyer Oxer. This is the 4 that rides a little flat. Stays wide for the 6 stride. It's going inside to the Equiline vertical. Big jump there. Unfortunately has it down.
Just going to finish on the 4 there. It's 74-64 for Arturo Parada. And the rider from Mexico with Coachella 4. Nice to hear the crowds back over there. I could hear some moans and groans, a little more like a football match over that side of the arena there at the moment.
He definitely had a few spectators pulling for him. Unfortunately, having that rail at the equiline vertical, maybe thinking about time allowed a bit. I think probably looking back at it, he would have liked to maybe stayed out one more stride, had enough time to do it. But finishing with a nice 4-fault round. Horse jumped great.
So, staying with Mexico and Francisco Pascal as our next, and the Mexican rider from Mexico City with Manzano. And Manzano by numero uno. He's actually just been competing in Europe recently in Le Bourg. He was actually second in the 5-star classes that actually I was there for in Madrid a few weeks ago. Third in the recent Grand Prix in Valvanera at the 4-star there as well.
So he does the 7 strides from 1 to 2, a little bit direct. 6 to 1, no problem. He goes inside here, needs to get square to this plank. Good. Clear heading to our Major League show jumping triple combination. Oh. Big rub at B, but it bounces in the cups and stays in. Unfortunately caught up to him, having fence number 8 down.
Just went to edge out there, and it just leaves them in trouble for the Oxer.
Yeah, electing to retire, realizing 8 faults today isn't getting a ribbon, so save it for another day. Horse was giving a good effort early on in the course, had 2 late rails. Electing to come back and try again another day.
Yeah, decided to retire there for Francisco Pascal of Mexico, Manzano. And for them, again, it's one of their first 5 stars together. And this man has jumped plenty of 5 stars. Luis Sabino Gonçalves, and the rider from Portugal, based over here in the US this year. Luis with Argan de Belliard, horse he rode to win the Grand Prix in Thermal earlier on this year as well. Also won a number of classes over there in California. Thermal, of course, is going to be another 2-stop date for the Major League show jumping. In fact, it's going to be the final dates in December. A little bit of California sunshine. Argan de Belliard then for Luis Sabino Gonçalves with his gelding by Milord Cartago. Coming up to our 28th in the order of the 34 to go. 3 clears at this point.
He's cutting it a little close to the countdown clock. I think he timed it just perfectly to 0 seconds.
World Championship rider in 2018 at Tryon. UNESCO de Rouet on that occasion. Takes off the pace to the skinny.
You see, you want to pick up the pace here, get over here for the time allowed to the mire. Also helps you get up the 4 stride. It's a little bit flat, so you want to have nice pace over this oxer.
Final fence just drops away as well, just clips that to finish on the 8 faults, just inside the time at 76.35 for Luis Sabino Gonçalves and Argan de Belliard for the rider from Portugal. 3 clears, and just leaving us, 6 left to go in the first round of this $230,000 Major League show jumping Grand Prix here this afternoon. Kristen van der Veen now, I think, won 3 classes yesterday. Bull Run's Risen. Been a 5-star Grand Prix winner before now. That was in Tryon. And for her, 5-star wins from Wellington through to Miami and across the country. Bull runs risen the gelding by Utopia. Also based these days in Wellington, Florida as well, as are many.
Very competitive rider.
Yeah.
Just won so many classes across the U.S. A lot in Tryon.
Yeah, a lot in Tryon. Queen of Tryon, I think, is the here. And of course, a lot with the horse that we saw a little bit earlier on today with Faustino de Tilly with Frosty, that was won around 40 international classes.
This horse probably has the biggest stride in the class. She has to think about the time allowed, really shave the turns where she can. She does the leave outs where it's possible. We saw 1 to 2, she did to 7. She got right over to the triple bar. That 6 was slow the whole way. Walks a little bit open and flat for most horses. See, she's getting right over to the plank here on the inside track, wastes no time. If there was one horse to do 5 in a class, I'd say it was that one. So I don't think we're going to see it. She does the 6, does it well. We'll see if she does 4 and 5 here or 4 and 6. I think she'll do the 6. Yep. I think we've only seen 1 or 2 horses do the 5 there. Really neat back here on the equiline vertical. 7 strides to the last clear round.
Good round, Kristen van der Veen. Bull runs risen have risen to the challenge and give us the 4th the clears so far. Kristen van der Veen in there alongside Alex Granato, Natalie Dean and Kyle King as the clears so far. 4 of them all for the USA. And another contender now who has every chance because they've won 2 Grand Prix here in the last 3 weeks, and they only didn't win the other Grand Prix because there wasn't one. It was a week off. So, Carl Cook and Sina Osby's Caillou 24, winners of Grand Prix in Tryon last season. In fact, it was back-to-back good runs there. They then finished second the following week in the President's Cup in a battle there with Washington taking place in Tryon for a year for obvious reasons. The gelding by the Great Casal for Carl from Rancho Santa Fe, California.
This pair has just been so hot up here in Michigan. See a bit of a study there at B, the double.
Taking the outside route here.
Yep, Carl's going around to the plank, so he'll have to make up that time somewhere else on the course. Super through the triple combination. Steadies for the 6, great. Now he's got to get over to this Meyer jump and not waste any time. I think he's going to have to do the inside turn to the equiline vertical here coming up in a couple jumps. Oh, unfortunately the rail coming down at fence 10. We see that come down a lot.
Well, one of the other hot combinations not going to be through, I'm afraid. They give themselves some space to the last. Time-wise, they could give themselves a little bit of space there, but not much. 76.02. They'd finish on the 4 just inside the time. Of course, time allowed is 77 seconds. Carl Cook there, Caillou 24. Shame not to see them in the jump-off.
It is. They've been a really fun duo to see. Very quick horse and rider combination. They have won 2 nice Grand Prix here, so
they wouldn't mind adding another.
We'll give someone else a chance.
Exactly. Of course, it's next week as well. And, well, Paul O'Shea has won big classes before now. In fact, he's ridden at the World Championships and been on the winning team at the last Nations Cup in 2019, would you believe? That was on the Irish squad there. And Paul O'Shea, based down in Wellington, Florida, riding for the Eye Candy Jumpers Squirt Gun. Of course, he actually rode in the Major League competition too. Squirt Gun by Diorado.
Yeah, Squirt Gun had 2 clear rounds yesterday evening in the team competition for the Major League show jumping. Took his team to a 2nd place finish. Very exciting opening event for the Major League show jumping. Horse seems to be in great form for this 5-star Grand Prix. Takes the inside route to the plank. Unfortunately, having that down, maybe just got a little bit slowed down on that turn.
Yeah.
Fence number 8 coming down as well for Squirt Gun and Paul, sitting on 8 faults as they head to the Meyer Oxer.
Just has another off behind. And on the 12 at the moment for the Irishman. Canada, USA and Ireland still to play their part yet in this, and deciding to retire there for Paul O'Shea. Just pulling up there with Squirt Gun.
Yeah, probably the right move.
Yeah.
Had a super 2 clear rounds yesterday in the Major League Show jumping. Started jumping great today. Maybe a little fatigue playing in. Decided to save his horse for another day. Excellent duo those two are. So we'll see them back jumping big rounds again soon. So holding on to 4 clear right now with just a few left to go.
3 left to go. Erin Ballard and Alain Ferder's Gakia for the rider from Canada, based in the US mainly these days as well. Riding a host of horses for Alain. Finished 4th on this horse in Tryon recently as well, and taking over the ride from riders as part of the Poland Farm stable. This horse has actually been ridden by Ben Mayer and Maggie McAlery, and even Martin Fuchs for a little stint. One 5-star week.
Not a bad group
Not a
of
bad
riders.
lineup, is it?
No. This horse has become a great horse for Aaron quickly. Combination has already had such top results in a short amount of time. Comes back great for the 6, way up over fence number 8. That's been a problem jump for a few horse and rider combinations. Steadies for the 6. Little rub on the back rail. 2 jumps to go. Time allowed. We got to think about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to run close. She's moving up to that final fence.
She does the 7.
Yep, there she goes. And it's 77.34. She moved up to it, but it wasn't enough still by that point. Just a little too late, I'm afraid. And Erin Ballard, Gakia, lovely round from them, competing in their second 5-star together.
She's the quicker of the 3 1-faulters, going into 5th place right now.
Okay, so she's in the money.
She is definitely in the money.
Yeah.
2 to go.
Yeah, let's remind you those time faults. Erin Ballard, Georgina Bloomberg, Nicolette Hertz and Caitlin Campbell. They're picking up money in there. But Alex Granata, Kyle King, Kristen Vanderveen and Natalie Dean of the Clears. Would be lovely to see one of this final 2 going into that group. One of those final 2, let's get that straight, is Margie Goldstein Engel and Royce. Would love to see them go through if we can. Gladewin's partners Royce, the stallion by Cafe Olay. Now 17 years young.
Royce has been doing international classes for more years than some of these horses are in age.
Not careful, he's up there with the age of some of the riders. But a lovely combination, of course. Margie, winner of major Grand Prix, including the Rolex Grand Prix in Wellington. Won that on her birthday, I seem to remember. Such a wonderful combination to watch.
Margie's always been a crowd favorite. This combination for sure is as well. Gave a little extra effort with his hind end there, and unfortunately I think he actually kicked the back or the rail down with his back legs.
Tried not to have it, but
4 faults is still in the ribbons with a quick round, she could be his 9th place fastest four-faulter.
Could still be in the money there with the 4:73.92 for Margie Engel and Royce, and we'll put them into 10th place.
A tie with Skylar Riley. They have the exact same time, 73.92 seconds. So a two-way tie for 10th place right now.
Yeah. We just put it on the table and let them fight it out. we divide those two spots between them. Margie Engel there, and just going, as you say, into equal 10th spot for Margie. Shame to see them not into the jump off, but just the lightest of touches there with Royce.
I think it's the two oldest horses in the class, Robin and Royce, tied for 10th place at the moment.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right. Final combination, Jordan Coyle. Recent winner on this horse in Upperville at the Grand Prix there. The Alarm Farm of Newark, New Jersey's Ariso. The gelding by Casal. And, of course, he's won a lot already this year. Won 5 international classes this season on Picador that he rode to be part of that winning team. And, of course, he was the final rider for the Lucky Charms last night to win the first team competition, Major League Show Jumping. Back in 2019, won 4 5-star classes up at the lovely Spruce Meadows.
This is an interesting ride if you watch. He's very soft, Jordan, when he gets to the jump. He does all his adjusting. Tries to do all of his adjusting far enough out where he can really give a nice release in front of the jump with the horse. There's the 5. Only horse and rider combination to do the 5 down that line.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately just got stalled up in that 6 strides there, so we will just have 4 clear onto the jump off.
We could hear the audible anguish from Jordan there, just trying to get that right, but unfortunately it means they won't go through. They go and finish on a score of 875.95 for Jordan Coyle and Ariso. So 4 into the jump off for this $230,000 Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix here this afternoon. But what a 4 we're going to get to contend with. Kyle King, Natalie Dean, Alex Granato and Kristen Vanderveen. Those final 2 are 2 of the fastest around. So you are hopefully in for a treat here this afternoon. It's a quality lineup for our final jump off round of the big final international class of this week. As I say, remember we're back next week, and that is going to be 5-star action here in Traverse City once again, culminating in the Grand Prix on the Sunday, but also with another climax as well, as the second stage of Major League Show Jumping takes place on the Saturday. And all throughout the week we're spreading around the 5-star competitions too. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can tune in into those, and some of the 2-stars too. Lots of that coming up, lots to enjoy. We'll take you around that jump-off course very, very shortly. We take a breather as the arena team setting the course for that final decider.
And Dandy 8th. Allison Robitaille, Lima 47, the fastest 4-faulter, 9th. And then Skylar Riley with Robin DePuntuel and Margie Engel with Royce are actually tied in the identical time of 73.92 among the 4-faulters. For 10th place, Gavin Harley and Very Cheek de Tillard will hold 12th. Top 4 spots are up for grabs. We're going to drag and adjust for the jump off, and we'll be back here very quickly for the tie-breaking action in our $230,000 Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day, and the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
What makes good footing? More importantly, what makes safe footing? Is it the dimensions, the foundation, or the irrigation? What if we told you good footing is not a single aspect, rather the entire process, from the design and intended use to which arena builder you choose? With GGT footing, it's not just the most trusted arena additive in the world, but the experience and knowledge to ensure your footing is safe.
Our horses are so much more than athletes. They can deliver our dreams with every ride. So we give them the best nutrition, the best health care, and the best equipment. Be sure to give the best transportation too. For 60 years, Brookledge has led the way in on-time delivery, customer focus, state-of-the-art equipment, and the best drivers in the industry. Brookledge, delivering your dreams since 1955.
No matter the industry, no matter the business, insurance can be stressful. A captive insurance program tailored to the unique needs of your business can take that stress away by not only protecting you in the bad years, but helping you grow in the good ones. Captive One Advisors. Protection when you need it, equity when you don't.
Normal. Nice. You can roll with that. Or you can roll the dice. Be the brave and boldly go a different way. A different wave is the risk taken by the gamers, chasing the glimmers. We're the risk takers, the loud laughers, the grand Traverse Bay late night swimmers. It's about the destination. It's about the way. And at Turtle Creek Casino in Traverse City, life is a game, and this is how we play.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting into Grand Prix action here in the show jumping short course coming up, thanks to another of our sponsors, Caliday, proud to support the inaugural season of the Major League Show Jumping Tour and outfitting top riders in the world as they compete for over $7 million in prize money at 10 events in North America's premier show jumping venues. Founded in 2014 to provide American-made luxury equestrian apparel, Caliday is known for its high-quality products and its modern take on the storied equestrian lifestyle. Visit the Caliday booth to shop the entire collection, as well as the Major League Show Jumping apparel and merchandise. We're about ready to kick things off in the jump off now. Tie-breaking round for the top.
All set for the jump off of this Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix here this afternoon. $230,000 in the prize fund. Michael Morrissey alongside me. Mike, what have we got for a jump off here?
Well, we have 4 horses coming back. We start off at what was the original fence number 3, the triple bar captive 1. Probably 8 or 9 strides down to 4B. Then it's a quick right turn to fence number 5. That inside turn still to fence number 6. It was a plank. Now it's just a solid rail on top. With left, you jump 7A, B. Then you roll back on the Meyer jump. That's going to be a tight roll back, wide jump. That's going to be a difficult one. You're going to have to spend a little time on that roll back, and then it's a long gallop to the equiline jump. It was fence 12. It's now jumping the other direction, fence number 15.
So we got 4 into the jump off. Kyle King, Natalie Dean, Alex Granato and Kristen van der Veen. Place your money wherever you like. But our starting rider is going to be Kyle King with the Spruce Meadows owned Coffee to Go. We will see whether they go out of this as a winner. But they get to be the trailblazer for the Grand Prix here this afternoon. Good luck to them. Kyle King, Natalie Dean goes second. Charles Saint-Amel, Alex Granato, Calcium W looking to follow up on that big win earlier on this week. And Kristen van der Veen, Bull Runs Risen. So, where are we headed? Let's follow it round, Michael.
So,
Michael Morrissey.
Jump off starts at fence 3, the triple bar. It'll be 8 or 9 strides up to fence 4B, then 5, jump 6. The plank is no longer on fence number 6. It's just a straight rail. We see here Kyle heading up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was that 7? Wow. But back rail coming down. It's inside turn here back on the Turtle Creek Hotel and Casino jump. Then what was BC of the triple in the first round. Little rub at B, but it stays up. This is a real tight roll back here on the Meyer jump.
And then down to the equiline vertical to finish off.
8 strides to the equiline.
Well, there we go, finishing off on the 4 faults. It was just coming at the Dullman double there for 4 in 40.81 for Kyle King and Coffee to Go. First of 4. And again, the strategy, I guess, is going to be, well, waiting to see how the first couple go, and that alters it for the rest. But with only 4 in the jump-off, I suppose it's also thinking of what the heck, go for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of big strided horses.
Yeah.
There's 2 slower horses with huge strides with Kyle and Kristen. Then there's 2 blood horses with Alex Granato. And this one, Natalie Dean.
Yep, Natalie Dean from Palo Alto, California. The Marigold Sport horses, Charles Saint-Amel, the mare by Calvaro. Your former ride, and now I've got to put up with you being nervous for the next 30 seconds. Here we go. Natalie Dean, our second into the jump off of this 5-star Grand Prix.
Wow, big gallop there. She clears the jump, heads to fence 5.
Dean got stuck on it.
Unfortunately, that left lead, you saw she was cross-cantering, maybe messed that up a little bit for Natalie heading to that jump. Her left lead is her more difficult lead. You see she turns back smoother on this right lead here to the Meyer Oxer.
Just the final fence to go. Oh, and get stuck in that one, I'm afraid, as well, unfortunately. But it is a step up in action for Natalie Dean there into the 5-star. Good clear in the first round a stuttering finish, unfortunately, with Charles Saint-Amel there. Michael.
Yeah, unfortunate A faults. I was really pulling for, of course, for Chance and Natalie, but so proud of them to jump that clear round in the 5-star. It's just an unfortunate, hard turn for Chance and Natalie there to fence number 6. And maybe just the wheels came off a little bit to the last jump, but super proud for that duo.
Well, a final duo to go against each other, which is going to be really interesting indeed. Alex Granato and Kalshan W versus Kristen van der Veen. Bull runs risen. Alex is going to go first. He won the big qualifying class here this week as well, and set to be unleashed here. They've been twice World Cup qualifying winners too, Pan Am medalists, and naturally fast. This, if you were going to go and look at having a bet, well, I think it was sort of 50-50 between these two, actually.
I would have put my money on this one for sure. If I was a betting man.
If you were. If you were.
I mean, they don't come much quicker than this horse. That was quick there. This horse just turns on a dime. Legs are always moving rapidly.
Through that well. Lands out of there in 22 seconds.
Super ride there to the Meyer Oxer. 1 to go. He's going to do the 8 strides.
Alex Granato to follow up on his win earlier on this week. Can he do it? 36.87. He's certainly laid it down for Kristen van der Veen. A steamer around, flies around there for Alex in their usual style, those two.
I mean, that's so hard to beat. If I was Kristen right now, I don't know what I would be thinking. She's on a slower horse, but she is Kristen van der Veen. She can be quick. She's got a huge step. She's got to do 5 less strides than Andrew just did around that course in order to beat him.
So final combination to go is Kristen van der Veen with her own Bull Runs Risen. 15-year-old horse, gelding by Utopia. She's also won 5-star Grand Prix before now. And a speed queen.
You know, look for her to really turn back tight on that Meyer Oxer. That's the one place that she can maybe take a chance. She's got to do 1 less stride up the first line, and really, I mean, there's not much else you can do.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a 7 down the last line. I don't know.
She's got her eye already on this turn.
That was quick.
Smooth so far. Needs to be
that was
out of here.
No.
It's landing there about the same than Alex, but I think Alex might just have the edge at the moment.
She had the front rail of the Oxer down, so it is Alex Granato who's going to take the win home today.
Yeah, just got stuck in that double, and unfortunately trying all the way there for Kristen van der Veen. Bull Runs Risen, finishes on the 4, 39.35. That was a very good effort, though.
She had to do that. She had no chance in catching Alex without doing that. She's still in second place with that rail. If she wanted to beat Alex, she had to take a shot going into that double and keep it going, and unfortunately, for her, it didn't work out.
So it is a win for Alex Granato. Congratulations to him. And well done, as we're just seeing a replay of their winning round there. Superb stuff.
Yeah.
And Alex and this horse just against the clock. Well, in any class, it just can be in a different class.
Just a super executed jump off both days. So quick, this horse. Alex knows the horse so well. Competitive pair that could have won anywhere in the world with that round.
Yeah, lovely way to finish off the big international classes here in Traverse City. And Alex Granato, Kalshan W reigns supreme. They are the winners of our first of 2 5-star weeks. They won the qualifier, they won the Grand Prix for this $230,000 Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix class. Reminder, I say we're back next week. Major League Show Jumping teams on Saturday, and then on Sunday will be the return of the 5-star Grand Prix there, kindly sponsored by Traverse City as well, our wonderful host city here for the events here in Michigan. Michael, thank you. You're going to be in action next week with Brian Lookerbill taking you through commentary.
We will miss you here, Stephen.
I'm going to try and get on a plane and be over at the other side of the world.
Well, good luck in Tokyo.
For a little event that's taking place there. So we will see what happens, but we will be bringing you all that action there, and a man who's certainly in a class of his own and deserving of a gold medal this afternoon. Alex Granato, Cal Shandubli, well done to them, winning our 5-star Grand Prix, all part of Major League Jumping. Week 1 is in the books. Presentation coming up.
I keep on going in out of your that would be perfect, but I don't think you say that you love me. Oh, I never thought we'd be like that. I've been running in 1,000 tries.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come, our top 3 for the awards, and we will do it podium style now as they join us here with our 3 mounts who have taken those top 3 positions. So again, it's Carlton W on top, Bull Runs Risen in second, Coffee to Go in third place with Alex Granato, Kristen Vanderveen, and Kyle King on their winning mounts. They've come in mounted. We have, of course, their horses' caretakers with them, and they will give them an opportunity to dismount as they approach the podium.
Blurry and I'm faded. I don't know where I'll be
on the four clear right now with just a few left to go.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll work our way up the ranks here on the podium presentation now. And, of course, founding member of the Major League Show Jumping Group, along with Kean White and Matt Morrissey here. They are going to present to first our bronze medalist, if you will, third place finisher, Kyle King and Coffee to Go. They'll be stepping up there for a third award in our individual competition here, our $230,000 Grand Prix. That's a similar position to which Kyle had last night, as he was a part of the Roadrunners bronze medal team, along with Caitlin Campbell and Aaron Heineking. Earning the runner-up prize here today with Bull Runs Risen, Kristen Vanderveen will step up next. Second place with the fastest of the 4s in 39.35. Kristen Vanderveen, also a competitor in the team event last night as a part of the Diamond Devils effort. But of course, the winning ride was turned in the second to last effort there. He was winning as he wrapped up the round, had to wait just one trip to see whether it was enough. But Carlton W would again emerge victorious as Alex Granato pilots to the top of the podium in 36.87.
Alex Granato, Kyle King. It's a lovely combination, of course. Margie winning major Grand Prix, including the Rolex Grand Prix.
There you have it, your 3 winners, Alex Granato, as well as Kristen Vanderveen and Kyle King in the 1, 2, and 3 positions. And of course, all of them representing the USA. Technically, we're honoring our winning rider And he's, of course, no stranger to the national anthem being played as a part of our valuable teams and international competition. Today, as an individual, he will rise and ask you to do the same, as we also would like you to remove cover for the playing of our national anthem. Congratulations, and now it's time, if you'll just hand off those bouquets for the champagne toast. Go ahead and shake them up and have yourselves a victory sip of the champagne to celebrate that win. Alex Granato again with Carlton W. Congratulations, and victory is oh so sweet with a champagne toast. We'll have these riders get back aboard their mounts now for one final Grand Prix celebration of that win. Alex Granato, Kristen Vanderveen, Kyle King. The USA sweeping the top 3 positions here in our Grand Prix today. Of course, Natalie Dean, also for the U.S., finishing up in 4th place there with Chan Saint-Termel.
Still be in the money there with the 473.92 for Marge Engel and Royce.
So there you have it, all 3 mounted up and ready to ride. Alex Granato and Carlton W. in the lead, just as they were a few days back. Let's go ahead and send them around with your applause for yet another exhilarating victory on this incredible horse and rider combination. All right, our Grand Prix competition wrapping up now with Carlton W's win. They'll make their way back to the Traverse City Horse Show's Arch, and we'll have one more event here in our Turtle Creek Casino and Hotel International Ring. That will be our Show Jumping Hall of Fame High Junior Amateur Classic. Brought to us by Kazowitz, Benson, and Torres. More on that sponsor and the competition itself coming up here in just a few. But take this opportunity to grab yourselves a beverage, some fresh air, maybe stretch your legs a bit. We do have more to go here on Sunday afternoon.